Yo, guys, Kevin here, back at you again with another video. This video is pretty plain and simple. I want to talk about how the blame game and how you need to stop blaming others and other things for your downfall, right? You need to stop using that excuses. Excuses are the biggest thing that humans use as like an outlet, right? Like if something doesn't go your way or like something wrong happens, you always want to blame or put the blame on something else, right? Or use an excuse to help you do better. And I think that that's like the biggest thing and why you fail to achieve the things you want to achieve or be the person you want to be is because you're so afraid that like of being wrong, right? Failing to admit that you have failed and that you have made a failure, or you have, or like you were actually the one that did something wrong, right? Everything, or like maybe you did something right, and you were pushing to do the right thing, but it didn't work out. Like you just still want to blame, right? Like, oh, my teammates are bad, or oh, I had to do this today, so I can't go do that, right? Like always finding a reason why not to actually achieve your goals or why you're afraid to and this and that. Like they really need to stop doing that, right? Like the words and the way you're thinking is what's causing you not to actually be, the place you need to be. You need to accept the fact that sometimes, you're not the best player, right? Sometimes you are just bad and you suck and there's so much more to learn. And I think that's like the thing you need to look at cuz like in video games so many people blame their teammates, right? This is the best example I have. Is like you blame your teammates for why you lost. Like my teammates suck. Why do I always get shitty teammates? And sure, sometimes you do get bad teammates. Like it will happen where you get the occasional bad teammate, right? Where the teammate is just, blindlessly looking at a wall like this. Like I'm just looking at this wall and shooting my gun at the wall, right? I'm not helping at all. Or like I'm going out and just dying carelessly, right? Like sometimes you occasionally get teammates like that. Like I'm not gonna say you don't. But in reality, the reason you're not improving at all in the game is because you're not looking at your own flaws, right? And you're not actually pushing yourself to achieve things. Because video games are meant to be having fun, right? I'm not gonna say they're not meant to be a chore, right? And like, if you want to be good at a game, you have to learn to make it not necessarily a chore, but you have to make it, a learning curve, right? You got to make it a process to become better, right? Rather than making it just a fun game. It's so much easier to just queue up and play ranked over and over and over in a game and try to get the best rank. But to get the best rank quicker, way quicker and way more like realistically is you have to go into the like training mode, right, and learn things about the game, watch YouTube videos, right, study guides, look at the top level play and actually learn a thing or two to achieve a thing or two. And I think that that's the thing people fail to realize in their own lives, right? They fail to actually realize that they have to but put work in to make their life better, right? You can't just be given the best life there was, right? And just because you weren't spawned in as some billionaire's child doesn't mean your life is ruined off the get go or you'll always suffer, right? You gotta work a little for it, and it can be shit scary at times and hard, but that's just the way life is. And I think so many of us realize this way too late in our lives, right? And like why we like wish like God, I wish I learned this sooner. I wish I was able to push that quicker, but you can't really do that because right, you just want to blame someone else for it because it's easier to do that, right? Blame another reason or make an excuse for why your life is rather than actually changing it. And I think that's another thing is that like even if your life or like the excuse that you're making for why you did bad, like why do you care? Like why would anyone care? Why should I care that you're make like this happened or why you weren't able to do this, right? Like to learn to progress takes time, right? Progression in anything takes time and effort, right? It just does. So like just because you did bad this game or did bad that time or failed at this task doesn't mean that you can't try and practice again to get better at it. Like like blaming a reason like but dude, my ex is the reason this happened, right? Like sometimes people blame their exes for the way things are, the way they act, and things like that. And I think that's stupid because your ex probably did have some influence on you and did do some things, but like, is she really the reason you're still the way you are? No, you didn't actually push to be better or anything like that. And that's kind of a weird example, but I hope you get what I mean with this. And like, it's just the way people are like say things and act, right? They just like to like put up a barrier to defend themselves, but there's no need to defend yourself, right? I think that's the thing. It's okay to show your true colors and to show that you're not so good or not knowledgeable or not skillful. And I think we need to realize that like we're not always going to be, the star person and everything, right? The main character, the face of everything, right? The best there is at something, right? We're going to be, average or mediocre at something, or even really bad at something at times, right? You can't be good at every skill in the world. That's why people have skills, right? That's the whole point of skills, right? Is that they took the time to be really skillful on this task, and that's why you use them for that thing. Like I think art is a good example for that, right? Some people are really good artists and super good at it, and other of us are not, right? And that doesn't mean you can't be good at it if you don't want to, but like some of us just don't have the time or passion to put years into their life to get really good at art. So, you use artists as a way, commission artwork for you, right? You pay the people that, put the time in and, wanted to craft their way for that, and as a way to, still get that outlet, right? And still get the things from that thing. Or like, I guess another thing would just be like, I guess blacksmithing, like, right? I know that's like a primitive thing, but like people still blacksmith to this day, and right? And I think the people that spent their time in working hard to, like, do blacksmithing, right? They, that was their craft. Rather, there was to find their way to contribute to war and things like that, right? Rather than, serving on the front lines, they served by providing the weaponry for people, right? And doing this, right? You could definitely find your way to be more fulfilling in life, and like people do that kind of thing, and I think you should do that more rather than blaming or making an excuse for why you can't achieve the things you want to do or do the things you want to do, or why the thing didn't work out the way it did, right? Whatever happened, the past happened is the past, right? You can't change the past in any way. So there's no point to like sit here and like, what's it called? Like, I guess ponder on it, or like, to sit on it for long, like just think about it over and over. You gotta learn to let it go, right? You gotta learn to not blame anything for it, not make up a reason why that happened, and just take it at face value. This thing happened, and that's history, right? I'm going to learn from that mistake and do better next time, right? That's all you really can do about it. And I think that so many people just like to just get stuck with the past, right? Whether it's the good parts of the past or the bad parts of the past. If people want to have any reason to talk about why the past wasn't the way it should have went, or why the past was like this, and why they either want to go back to it or don't wish it ever happened, right? People just love to talk about the past way more than talking about their actual present self and actually improving their present self, right? It's so much easier to sit here and just tell you these things than actually doing them. That's why I'm just telling you them, right? But like, you actually putting the effort to go do them is an entirely different story, and most of you probably won't really willing to do that, right? Let's be real. Most of you probably won't go out there and, be that kind of person that will, change the way they are and change the way they think about things and not blame other. You'll continue to blame your teammates for why you lost, and you'll continue to, make up an excuse for why you won't do that thing you want to do in life. And that's okay. But I'm just telling you now, if you want to be different and you want to do that, you got to learn to accept to not do that. You got to learn to be like, all right, I don't want to be this person that I am anymore. I want to be a better person. I'm going to get up and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to change who I am. I'm going to actually, put the work in, right? I'm going to make that YouTube channel. I'm going to, push that hobby I want to do. I'm going to actually learn how to play this video game for once. You're going to actually put the work in. And it's just like, if you do that, you'll really turn around and see how cool and awesome your life can become, rather than, just, I guess, I was LARPing life. I don't know how you can LARP life, but some people I feel like are LARPing the idea of how to live their life and how to enjoy it, right? And make excuses for why their life the way there is, right? LARPing being like depressed or be in an impossible state until, like, they grow older and mature and realize these things, and then kind of wish and like, God, I wish I could have learned this 10 years before, right? That's like the biggest thing, is that like us young people have so much time that you have the ability to really fully alter your life on a dot right now. Like, you could literally like have your mind made up right now and completely alter the course of your life, whereas some people can't really do that, right? They're locked behind, responsibility things and, like, certain job positions and things, and how the economy works, so where they can't really shift their life, right? You have so much freedom as a kid to make this choice and decisions that you should really, value them, and, stop making excuses for anything, and, finally, set the right course for yourself. And if you are older and, you can't really do that, that's still okay. You can still really not make up excuses for the reasons you're this way. Just be honest with it, right? And maybe help others by, stating your truth, right? Stating the reasons that, life happened that way. And so I hope you gain something from this video, if you can. But, because this game's almost over. And, yeah, that's kind of all I really had to say about this topic. I hope I got it well across. I'm just going to kind of let the gameplay play out here. Oh, I got shit on there. We're just going to talk about the gameplay, I guess, while this game almost ends. Because it's, we need like 10 kills. Our team's got to crushing them. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a Semtex. Oh, yeah, got him. Oh. Oh, we're going in this house. Jump in there. Oh, yeah, got that kill. Oh, we're him. Oh, we got the executioner. Oh, he didn't even know I'm here. Oh, he got a knife. Ah! Oh, I got him. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Oh, no. Subtext out. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, we need 3 kills. We need 2 kills. I'm gonna... Oh, yes! I got him. Let's go! All right, as always, let's look at the kills. I went 45 and 39. Oh, that one guy, I guess on the other team had the most kills. But hey, I triple tie top frag with my team. It's kind of crazy to think about. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That was kind of a funny, weird ender to that one. And as always, have a good day. Bye-bye.